Get a little bit of that before we jump into this conversation. You feel? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. The title is not clickbait at all. It's very true. I wanted to talk to you guys today about life as someone who has to go out and come home to other people with an essential job during this time of self-quarantine that everybody's doing. As I've mentioned multiple times on this channel, I work at a news station. So you've probably noticed most of your people that you subscribe to on YouTube's video output has gone way up since this started, and my YouTube video output has gone down because I am still working. But I did want to get on here and share with you guys what it is like and why, if you are staying home, you should be happy and thankful. And there's also two ways to look at having an essential job. On one hand, I'm very thankful and blessed to have not be let go from my job, because there are a lot of people who can't afford to stay home and they got sent home because they were laid off or fired. So I'm very thankful to still be making income from my job. But on the other hand, it is like very, I guess, nerve-wracking. Every day I leave this house, I get to work, I wipe down my station with Clorox wipes. I sanitize my hands. I can't even tell you how many times throughout the day. And then I come home, I immediately want to get out of these clothes and wash my hands and make sure I'm away from everybody as far as possible. Working during this time is really scary. Thankfully, I'm not in the medical field, because that is a whole nother level where you are right there surrounded by multiple people who actually have tested positive, and it's crazy. But I know that I have to go to work because honestly I have no choice. But because we have to push out media information to the public on the updates about what is the latest going on with this. It is nerve-wracking. It is scary sometimes, especially when you have coworkers who may be sick and they're not sick with it specifically, but they're sick in general. And if it's something that you don't know what, that makes you even more nervous to be out. Just leaving your house to go to the grocery store, I know, is nerve-wracking for most people. But I want to encourage you guys and give anybody out there with essential jobs some tips on what I do to keep my mind from going crazy. Number one, I literally talk about this crazy virus all day long at work for 8 hours. So when I come home, I completely detach from it. I watch anything but the news, anything but any updates on what's going on with it. I usually watch Disney Plus. I've just recently finished watching the series Smart Guy. Now I've started watching The Game show from back in the day with Duran and Melanie and Tasha Mack. I just recently started watching that on Hulu, and that's what I'm about to watch as soon as I finish making this video. And I have to completely take my mind off of it and forget it exists after I get out of these clothes. I'm only still in these clothes for the purpose of making this video. Another thing I do is listen to music. Music is really calming for most people. So in R&B, that's my jam. Like, that's my flow. If I'm in the mood for old school R&B, I'm listening to Erykah Badu, some Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo, some Jill Scott, some India Irie, all of them people, like, they're more like, I guess, neo soul. Even like Guy and Tevin Campbell and Joe and Tyrese, old school Tyrese, not no new Tyrese, old Usher, of course, but those things keep my mind calm. Also, I like to take rides, just random rides, just to get out of the house. Probably also because of my new car, which I'm still enjoying through all of this, even though the car washes are closed because they're not essential, so I can't get a fresh car wash unless I do it myself. I can't get a vacuum, but I do like to go just cruise around the city, sunroof open, not open to where the wind is blowing my hair, because black people, black women, we don't really like wind blowing our hair and stuff. We try to keep our hair in place where it's at. Those are some things I do to keep myself calm. When I'm at work, though, I am, like I said, sanitizing a million times a day and washing my hands a million times a day. We're social distancing, and we're even doing our meetings, our newsroom meetings, through the app called Zoom, which you may or may not have heard of. A lot of people are starting to use it. It's basically just like FaceTime, but for a group of people for meeting purposes. It's actually made for meetings. And we've started doing meetings that way to keep everybody from being around each other. Our reporters are doing most of their work out in the field. When they go out and they do a story, they're sending their videos back to me. And they're not really coming back into the newsroom. Our anchors usually are staying out of the newsroom until time to come anchor their specific shows. And so that cuts down on the amount of people. We don't have many people at all in the newsroom now throughout the day. And we got Lysol, Clorox wipes, sanitizer, all of that. And then really prayer. My faith has gotten so much stronger, I think, through all of this. And I've always had my faith and my religion. And that's not to push that on anybody else. You do what you want to do. You do all the precautions. But I also have to pray, because that's really been helping me through this a lot. And although they've stopped gatherings more than 10 people, it is now. It can't be more than 10 people in a specific setting. So we're not holding services at church anymore. There are plenty of churches still doing online church, doing it on Facebook Live. So that's another thing you could get into on Sunday mornings. You could watch Facebook Live church services. So that's another big way that I've been coping with this crazy, spontaneous thing that's happening. So I just want to encourage y'all, if you can stay home, do stay home. Like, staying home is, to me, the most simple thing that you can do, and you should feel like completely at ease in your house. You know that you don't have it, and you know that you're not going to get it because you at home and ain't nobody there but you. But if you do have to go out, make sure you practice social distancing. If you have some hand sanitizer, keep that on you. Keep your hands sanitized as much as possible. Get what you need ×2 at the grocery store, so you don't have to go out again as soon. And if you do have an essential job, try to find something that relaxes you at the end of the day when you get home from work. Just know that we're going to get through this. Everything is temporary. Trouble don't last always. Come on, somebody. Joy comes in the morning. This too shall pass. That's it. Y'all stay safe. Wash your nasty hands. And I'll see you in the next episode.